Hey guys, so today I want to talk about an analogy, an half-baked analogy that I came up with, which has helped me identify tasks that I've been putting off, and it basically helps me just get it over with. So if this analogy sounds very far-fetched, doesn't make a lot of sense, is pretty abstract, it probably is. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we all have like very fond memories when we used to have these Nokia keypad phones, and we used to love, or at least I used to love spending my time playing games such as like Space Invaders. Tetris was huge, and like some form of Pac-Man. It wasn't exactly Pac-Man, but like a version of it. But yeah, fond memories. I'm sure most of us have played these games on a keypad phone before, and I'm talking about a time when the iPhone wasn't out yet, and Nokia phones were owned by everyone, and BlackBerry phones were like luxury items, right? And in these caveman times, some godforsaken company came up with a game that disrupted the entire e-gaming industry, and I'm pretty sure esports brands right now think back to that game and like pee their pants a little bit, because that's what you're supposed to be looking up to, and that's what you should be aiming at. Like that, the disruption it caused in the whole industry was massive. The game, of course, that I'm talking about is Snake Game, and obviously the rules were simple. Your goal as the player was to navigate your snake. It starts out super tiny, move around the screen, not hit any of the corners. You're not supposed to hit yourself. You're not supposed to be ramming your head into your own tail as the snake. And as you progress through the game, you're supposed to pick up or eat certain snacks. It was apples, tiny, just orbs. Depends on what version of the game you're playing. Also power-ups in some cases. But yeah, the rules are simple. So you just last as long as you possibly could. And here's how I'm using the analogy of the snake game to actually help me get some goddamn work done around here. I'm sure, as most of us can relate, working absolutely sucks. When you're sat there on your bed and you're binging snacks and you're on YouTube, there seems to be almost no work that seems appealing to you. Like, you have to get some like your chores done, you've got to clean your toilet and all these different things, but you just can't get to it, right? And the more you put it off, the stronger this monster seems to get. Like, the stronger the demons get under the rug. And that is a feeling of resistance. Resistance is always present, and no matter what we do, it's a slight flinch or this tiny amount of anxiety that we face when we're supposed to get something done. And resistance is everywhere, right? Doesn't matter what you're doing, resistance is always present. It's what's looking at you as you navigate through the tiny screen and get your snake to move around. With the orb being the task that you're supposed to do. You're supposed to eat it at one point, so why not just get it over with? And obviously resistance is the exact same thing that makes you feel empowered once you've overcome it. So again, going back to the snake analogy, you can navigate through your screen just moving around, doing whatever you can, but you're supposed to be eating it. Like, the task of the game is for you to be eating it and progressing, right? That's the point of life, that's the point of the game as well. And obviously once you eat the snack, you grow. The snake grows, and it's basically the same analogy when it comes to your real life. If there's a task that you've been putting off, just getting it over with fills you with a sense of empowerment. And obviously it's completely up to you. You can either progress with the game, just avoiding the task altogether, just avoiding the objective of the game, or you can just bite on something and just get it over with, get the task over with, get the objective of the game over with, so that you can constantly make progress and you constantly grow. And there's this weird bug, right, that we have. It's like once you actually get to the thing that we're supposed to be doing, it's not as uncomfortable as we first thought it was. I mean, our heads promised so much pain and so much suffering when the job is being done, but when it actually gets to it, there's no suffering. It's all up here. The suffering is mental. So uncomfortable things such as going to the gym, getting a project over with, it can feel daunting to get into, but once you actually get to it, you find that it's a very gratifying experience. You're like, hey, what was I afraid of? Like, I could have just got it over with. And it's also a perk that your player stats improve on the side, right? Like, it feels good, as well as your overall sense of accomplishment and experiences bump up. So here's the point that I'm trying to make with this analogy. You overcome the resistance, you absorb its power. The greater the resistance, the greater the power. The greater the snack, the power up, whatever it is, the more power or the more your snake grows. And with that being said, take the path of most resistance. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy the video, give it a like. If you think that someone else might enjoy this video, share it to them. Subscribe, you know the drill. I shall see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.